Paul Manafort, who has been running the Trump campaign until recent days, is now resigned, according to the Trump campaign, from that campaign effort. You remember that Manafort was pushed out of a leadership operation earlier this week. He was key to the campaign late in the summer, but then Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway were brought in this week as the top officers running the campaign. Paul Manafort now being confirmed from the Trump campaign that he has resigned entirely. The initial plan was to have Bannon and Kellyanne Conway come in and sort of take over operations, with Paul Manafort continuing in some capacity. Now Manafort is out entirely, Carl.
A statement here from the Trump campaign now coming in, Eamon. I'm very appreciative for his great work in helping to get us where we are today, and in particular his work guiding us through the delegate and convention process. Of course, that comes on a day where he's going live with ads in 4 key states, visiting Louisiana, and then expressing what he called regret last night in that speech.
Yeah, this comes on the heels of a real striking change in tone from Donald Trump last night in a speech in North Carolina, in which, you're right, Carl, he said that he has regret for some of the comments that he's made. He said he's not a professional politician and that sometimes you don't choose the right words, and he particularly regrets cases where there's been personal pain. Trump not saying specifically what he regretted or even offering an apology there, but a difference in tone now with this new campaign leadership. Clearly, there was not a role here now for Paul Manafort going forward in the Trump campaign. That's why we're seeing this resignation today. Also, Manafort had become something of a lightning rod, given his political work in Ukraine, attracting a lot of attention as exactly who did he work for, what did he do in Ukraine. That becoming a distraction for the Trump campaign over the past several weeks. They clearly decided they didn't want to hear any more of that news as well. So we'll see what happens to Paul Manafort in the future in terms of his career. But now Trump putting his political candidacy in the hands of Steve Bannon and also Kellyanne Conway.
And I'm just wondering, Eamon, I mean, time is ticking here, less than 90 days to go before the election. How unusual is this to have such a campaign shakeup like this? And are the polls indicating anything different, or are they still showing that wide gap between the two?
Well, it's too early to see whether the pivot last night, holds, if Trump is able to continue to read speeches off the teleprompter and stay on message the way he did last night. We'll see whether polls move if he's able to continue to do that over the coming days. But look, it is not unusual in political campaigns when the candidate is behind to have a campaign shakeup. But this is the second shakeup that Donald Trump has had in just a couple of months here. We saw Corey Lewandowski pushed out at the top of the Trump campaign earlier in the summer. Now we're seeing Paul Manafort leaving entirely. So there is a history here of a tumult at the top of the Trump campaign. Ultimately, it comes down to Donald Trump himself, though. What kind of a candidate does he want to be going into November 8th? Who is he really, and what kind of a president of the United States would he be if he's elected?
He says he's Mr. Brexit.
Yes, they soon call me Mr. Brexit, which people are trying to decipher.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.